Hey, so I'm just sitting here. I'm in Connecticut visiting my son for Easter and my daughter-in-law and my grandkids. It's just a blessing. And my daughter-in-law and I were talking about how uh, things get out of control, or you misunderstand somebody, or there's an argument started or whatever. And I was just sitting here thinking about scriptures about that, and James 1:19 came to mind right away. And I want to read like 1:19 through maybe 20 or 22 really quick, because my daughter-in-law and I were talking about some words that you can remember that will help you not to misspeak. And they are pause, so you stop and think about it. Pray, then you pray. You pause, but you don't just pause, you pray. And then you obey. So it's pause, pray, obey. It's really cool. And in James 1:19, it starts, "My beloved brothers, understand this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger." I think so many times we misunderstand one another because we didn't think about what we wanted to say. We are not quick to listen. We're quick to speak. And that's not the way the Word of God wants us to be. So it says to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. For man's anger does not bring about the righteousness that God desires. So when you're not quick to listen and slow to speak, it causes anger within other people and misunderstandings and all kinds of trouble. It says, "Therefore get rid of all moral filth and every expression of evil, and humbly accept the word implanted in you, which can save your souls." So I was thinking about implanting, and my daughter-in-law has a really cool looking plant here. It's called a ZZ plant, and it's supposed to be really easy to grow, so I thought maybe I could handle it because I don't do very well sometimes. But the ZZ plant, you can just cut a piece off and stick it in some water and it'll grow roots similar to an African violet. But if you want to graft a rose or implant a rose into a rose bush, you have to cut into the rose bush and then stick the new shoot inside and let it grow together. It's called grafting. They do it on trees, roses, all kinds of things. But this is similar, this phrase that God put in the Bible. It says, "Therefore get rid of all filth, all moral filth, every expression of evil, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save your souls." So we want this word to be planted inside of us, planted so that it will grow and bear fruit. It says, "Be doers of the word and not hearers only. Otherwise you're deceiving yourselves." So if we read these verses and then we don't do them, we are deceiving ourselves. It's one thing that the enemy can deceive us, but when we deceive our own selves, that's not right. We need to get the word grafted into us, and then we need to be doers of the word and not hearers only. It says, "For anyone who hears the word but does not carry it out is like a man who looks at his face in the mirror. After he observes himself, he goes away and immediately forgets what his looks were like." So, when I get up in the morning, my hair is every which way. And you got sleep in your eyes and your teeth haven't been brushed. But if you just walked up to the mirror and looked in and then went about your day, it would be all bad. And that's similar to what happens with the Word. If we look into the Word of God and yet pay no attention to what it really is telling us to do, there are specific instructions in the Word of God that will help us to live our lives, and to live our lives more peaceably, and to live our lives where we're pleasing to God, where righteousness rules in our lives. That's what God wants. So we need to learn from this, because now we've heard it. Whoever's listening to me, you've heard it. So now it's on your responsibility to do it. It says, everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. So just do it. And in order to make that part of your life, to get it deep into your heart, graft it in and start practicing. Pause, pray, obey. Maybe we won't be saying so many hurtful things to one another. Thanks for listening.